When the mid-July heat hits, it drains your energy. Standing on hot concrete, waiting for a bus, or walking blocks feels like an endurance test. The natural reaction to that discomfort is to pull out your phone and panic buy the first portable fan you see, with a turbo label or a massive battery capacity. But choosing a device based purely on a list of high-end specs is the fastest way to waste your money. Those numbers tell you what a motor can do in a lab, but they don't show how that piece of plastic will integrate into your daily life. A fan that can blast a high-powered breeze is useless if its bulky frame stays in your drawer, or if its loud motor makes you too embarrassed to turn it on during your commute. Finding the right cooling tool requires looking past the marketing. You have to evaluate the aerodynamics and physical footprint of the fan and match those traits to the environment where you spend the most time. Instead of hunting for raw power, select a device that removes the friction from your specific lifestyle without adding new annoyances. To understand your options, you have to look at the physical limitations that govern every portable fan. Think of this as the cooling triangle: airflow power, low noise, and compact battery life. If a manufacturer wants to push maximum air, they run into the first compromise. Engineering larger, louder blades or spinning smaller blades at extreme speeds requires more power and generates more noise. If you make the fan ultra-compact and pocketable, you physically restrict the space for the battery and the diameter of the blades, which instantly reduces your cooling power. Manufacturers try to mask these trade-offs by adding multiple speed settings. While this gives you some flexibility, you can't out-engineer the core chassis. A tiny fan will always struggle to push air quietly. Because you cannot maximize all three traits at once, your purchase is an active choice about which feature you are willing to sacrifice based on where you spend your time. Consider the time-poor commuter. This is someone who experiences short bursts of intense heat while moving between air-conditioned trains or buildings. For this routine, you want a micro-compact, foldable chassis. As seen in this comparison, the footprint is roughly the same as a standard smartphone. This provides unmatched convenience. The moment you step into a cool building and the relief is no longer needed, the device folds up and disappears into a pocket. However, there is a trade-off. To move enough air, these tiny blades must spin at exceptionally high RPMs. Those extreme speeds generate a high-pitched, irritating motor whine. Even on the lowest settings, the physics of a small blade creates a sharp hum. This audio profile makes these models highly disruptive in quiet environments. The high-frequency noise cuts through the silence of a library, a train car, or an office. Microfans are effective tactical tools for surviving loud, crowded city streets. But they become a social liability in a quiet office or train car. Now look at the outdoor adventurer. These are individuals attending summer festivals, camping, or facing long travel days away from power outlets. Your priority is a heavy-duty, multi-tool fan with a 12 to 19-hour battery rating and a built-in power bank. This choice removes battery anxiety. It allows you to handle all-day heat exposure in off-grid locations without constantly hunting for a charging port. But a long runtime requires physical mass. To hold that much energy, manufacturers have to pack massive lithium-ion cells into the grip, which increases the volume of the handle. During extended handheld use, that added density leads to real wrist fatigue. The sheer bulk of these units also means they won't fit in a pocket, forcing you to carry them in a dedicated backpack or on a strap. A high-capacity multi-tool fan keeps you cool for an entire weekend in the woods. But for a 15-minute walk to grab lunch, that extra bulk is just an unnecessary weight in your bag. Finally, we have the optimizer. This is the desk worker, student, or stationary user who needs sustained cooling over several hours. For this scenario, you should prioritize a fan with a wide aerodynamic blade diameter and a built-in table stand, even if it means sacrificing pocketability. Larger blades move a high volume of air at significantly lower motor speeds. This creates a powerful, smooth breeze that remains whisper quiet. These fans often feature 5 or 6 granular speed settings, letting you dial in the exact acoustic profile needed for a shared office or a library. The trade-off is that the rigid, wide-caged structure doesn't fold. It's awkward to pack into a slim laptop bag or a purse. While larger aerodynamic fans offer the highest quality of cooling and acoustics, their physical footprint makes them strictly stationary companions. Sabaitas' confusing spec sheets use this scenario match tree. Where is your primary environment? For indoor desks, prioritize large blades, a stand, and low RPMs. For city transit, you need a foldable micro chassis. For off-grid travel, look for a 15-hour battery and rugged build. If you choose a fan that doesn't match your primary environment, its physical design will eventually clash with your routine until you stop carrying it. Deciding on your primary location narrows the market down to a small group of devices. You can focus on hardware engineered for how you actually live. Premium specifications are useless if the physical design of the fan fights against your daily routine. Check the links below where we have categorized the top models into these 3 specific scenarios to save you time. Select the fan that matches your daily routine instead of the one with the highest advertised numbers. The right choice completely transforms your experience, making a blistering hot summer afternoon feel like a comfortable, refreshing breeze.